Twitch Rivals is Arena. All right, we're going to do one more Pioneer deck before we dive into some post-ban standard on Arena. We have Jeskai Ascendancy combo, so JAC for short. Jeskai Ascendancy here says, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn, untap those creatures. When you cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So the combo this deck is looking to implement is get Jeskai Ascendancy in play, and then with 4 mana out, cast Sylvan Awakening, which turns all your lands into indestructible 2/2 creatures till end of turn. So you cast this with Ascendancy out, and then you cast any of your 1 mana non-creature spells here to trigger the Ascendancy and untap all of your lands. And then you cast a bunch of non-creature spells to make your lands attack for lethal. We have a few copies of Crash Through here as well to give our lands trample should our opponent have a lot of blockers. And then we have tons of cantrips in this deck. We've got Ops, Anticipate, Strategic Alliance, Izzet Charm, Dig Through Time to try and assemble our 1/2 card bunch. Hey, Drunk Owl, thanks for coming back. All right, let's dive on into a Pioneer League with this one and see how it goes. This one feels reasonable. Our second time through, I'm probably going to throw it up on the website. Does it put Legacy back on the menu for less than $50? No. Legacy is $50, so it's not popular content. Legacy's never going to be popular content because people don't want to spend a mortgage payment building a deck, or multiple mortgage payments. Standard decks are $10 to add to the queue. For subscribers, standard decks are $10. How much is a mortgage payment? My mortgage payment's like less than $1,500 a month. I live in the cornfields, so like, legacy decks are like 3 or 4 mortgage payments depending on the deck. The Elks are dead. Thanks for the third of a year, Hermane Horse. Two of our 3 basics, neither of which are an island to cast this op. Feels bad, man. Yeah, this hand's fine. I'm gonna bottom this Aether Hub. Your multiple room home is a little higher than my 1-bedroom apartment. Just for context, not to make you feel bad about your apartment, but my home is a little over 3,000 square feet. Hashtag cornfields are busted. Yeah, we're gonna be going back to doing an arena segment every single day on stream now. Starting today. Arena's back on the menu, chat. Just looking for Awakening and Jeskai Ascendancy here. Perfect. So, if I play this out, I actually can't play Ascendancy next turn. I guess that's not true. I can play this out and then Growth here. Cornfields, cardboards, and broadband. What more could you want exactly? And if we luck into an Awakening, we can kill them on... This deck can kill on turn 4 at the earliest. So blue, red, white, cast this. And then even if we don't luck into the Awakening next turn, Ascendancy gives us a lot of card selection power. So we'll be able to... Well, they have a Blast Zone. Okay. I don't get to catch the stream as much as I'd like to, but thanks for the great content. Looking forward to new standard now that green's got it. Me too. Blue is the color, is looking forward to standard now that green's been gutted. You don't say. So I think I just start by sacking this to draw a card to see if we can combo them this turn. Huh? So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 8 mana next turn. Probably gonna get Ugin next turn and just die. No modern bans. They just banned every set before RTR in modern. Like, lighten up on the modern bans, chat. Give the format a break for a minute here. Give it some breathing room. Food decks maintained an average of about 53% non-mirror match win rate, even in a metagame focused on beating them. Yep. Yep. If they don't have an Ugin here or a way to take the Jeskai Ascendancy off the table, they're likely dead next turn. But I assume we're getting Ugin'd. They're going to wipe our Ascendancy off the face of the earth. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And then I think we're just not going to be fast enough at this point. They got a World Breaker. Yeah, super did. Maybe I'm supposed to hold lands here, actually. I don't think it matters. I don't think we have time to get set back up here. Nah, I was pretty tepid, Jin. I wasn't really expecting a lot. I don't know. Yeah, they get to just World Breaker me next turn. I think we're dead. Feels bad, man. It's a little bit too slow. The bans are live on Arena now. We'll be playing Arena this afternoon. I think I'm just clicking submit here, actually. My sideboard's kind of rancid for this matchup. Got any non-established standard brews you're excited to play and see? Not really, Zothar. I mean, like, we've already explored this format. Just decks that weren't playable are now playable. They banned reasonably, posted a lessons learned article, and made reasonable updates to supporting historic and communicated their thoughts around that pretty well. And they implemented the band in a reasonable amount of time, like a super, not even just reasonable, but like they implemented the band in a super good amount of time on Magic Arena. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Mentor here as another win condition. I'm gonna do that. Like, it gets swept up by Ugin, but, like, so does JAC. And, like, Mentor doesn't die. They don't really have removal for Mentor. Could you not have played Ascendancy, Wild Flash to Ugin, and then survived with 2 turns? No, they had a World Breaker in their hand is the part you're missing. So we knew our opponent had a World Breaker from a Sanctum of Ugin. Sylvan Awakening lands are colorless. Lands are colorless. The Throne of Eldraine, we hit the high end of what we were aiming our sets to be. Outlier cards aside, and our plan is to level out our sets at roughly this power level going forward. Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, you can't always have upward. You can't always be all upward momentum, right? I mean, like, for as much as people are going to give them crap about Oko, if you look back historically speaking, making things into 3/3s as a blue or blue-green effect is something they've done in the past and has never really been super good. So, like, I think it's obvious that Oko's play patterns suck once you play with him, but, like, I don't think it's that unreasonable to, like, if you don't play with him, to, like, assume that it's okay. It's about to get Walking Ballista and die. Yeah. My opponent on turn 3 cast a 6/6, a 6 mana Walking Ballista. That's so gross. That's so gross. Hey, Bodat, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This was their nut draw. Yeah, feels like it. The bans are live on Arena. That's why I have Standard in my stream title. That's why we will be playing Standard here momentarily. Seven mana, yep. Can you explain why Awakening plus Dorks has felt good to play? What problem are the Dorks solving? Because, like, you can't kill them with Sylvan. I saw the 8 Dorks list, but, like, I don't understand what the appeal is. That's cute. That's really cute. I like that. This is legal. Oh no, it's not legal in Historic, so we don't have the older sets. I really hope they add these sets back to Historic. That would be great. Huh? So I think we killed this. That card looks terrible. I was hoping to find a blue land there. I guess I don't have Dig Through Time mana anyways. Pretty dead to an Ugin. They have 3 looks with Golos to find one. Just a pilgrimage, yep. Okay, if they swing and miss again next turn, we could have a shot. Okay, so Ascendancy. Thanks for the 19 months, Hangman. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And then I think we just attune here. Probably just smash them, honestly. These monks are going to attack as 4/4s. And then if we fade next turn, we should be good to go. Holding the land in my hand in case I want to loot it away with Ascendancy next turn. So we're going to spin to win with Golos again here. Again, if they hit Ugin, they win. Ulamog's probably pretty winning as well. Just Oblivion Sower, okay. So, if they don't have a way to take, even if they have a way to take the Ascendancy off the table, I think they're dead here. So, Oblivion Sower exiles the top 4 cards of my deck. They get to play any lands from among them. That doesn't really matter, though. Yep, they're just dead to the Mentor plus the Ascendancy. Yep, Mentor was a good bring-in for sure. Needed to fade a little bit there, but felt good otherwise. They don't seem like they have Mana Elves in their deck, huh? Which makes Fiery Impulse and Slash less good. I think I'm just going to bring in Oko. And maybe these Izzet Charms back. Oko deals with Golos. You just play, creates threats, which is nice. Huh? I mean, like, do I have lines that allow me to not be soft to Blast Zone, though? Like, I don't... Like, outside of making different decisions during deck building, like, I don't have an option to, like, be better against that card, right? So I'm not sure, like, pointing out that we're soft to it really is helpful or useful. How do you feel about not banning Once Upon a Time in Pioneer? Well, we don't know what they're doing in Pioneer. The Pioneer ban list update is separate from the regular update. It happens this evening. So that could still happen. Fingers crossed. Looking for a Mana Confluence here. Perfect. And then just like almost any other 4th land would be great in our next 2 draws. Just delete the modern ban list, let it run like a science experiment. That's an incredibly bad take. What you just did there is something that we see happen in political arguments a lot of the time too, which is that like, just because something is poorly done, the only thing people want to do is like, take that thing and run it to the illogical extreme, and that's just like, not reasonable. Like, just because there's a lot of things in the modern ban list that could change, doesn't mean everything on there is bad. Just like giving people in America access to affordable healthcare doesn't mean America becomes a socialist country. It just means we become a country with reasonable social safety nets. No, Turkin. right, so we're gonna grab a Plains here. Yeah, maybe I grab Mountain, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna grab Mountain, actually. And then we'll go Mountain Ascendancy here. If they can't take the Ascendancy off the table, we could probably kill them next turn. They could Walking Ballista for 3 here, but then I still have 1 Monk left. Today, we're starting Standard this afternoon. After this league. That's why it's in the stream title. We're going to be playing Arena every day this week again. Brutal. And they found Blast Zone here too. And they're up to Ugin mana next turn. I think I'm just playing strategic planning here. And then I'm probably just holding up Izzet Charm so I can avoid getting Ugin next turn. And then I think we might be wide enough at that point that we can untap and kill them even without this Ascendancy. Pioneer's been fun to watch. New formats are fun. Love the streams. Thanks for the 4 months there, Requiem. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't think I want to attack here because, again, if they block, I don't want to be forced to cast a spell. And if they don't give us something to Izzet Charm this turn, we'll end step Anticipate. And then we'll be able to untap and do some stuff. Targetless Tracker, sure. And then a Golos. Do I want to kill this Tireless Tracker? I feel like I might. I guess it just blocks for 2. And I could loot. Do I want to kill Tireless Tracker? Master Chief, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. They're going to get a Field of the Dead here. Thanks for the 5 months, Cairo. I appreciate that. Thanks for all the great content. Glad all important formats are back on the menu. Me too. Variety's the spice of life. So do I anticipate or do I Izzet Charm? They've not made a land drop yet, but that doesn't really matter because I don't really care about them making a clue. This game's ending like in the next turn or 2 regardless. I'm just going to let this happen and anticipate, I think. Oh, wow. They don't have Field of the Dead. So I'm actually kind of looking for an untapped land here. Well, I guess I need, like, explicitly... Maybe I'm supposed to loot here. Because I don't currently... I only have 2 red. Oh, I can't. I actually can't play 2 of these spells, right? That's awkward. Okay, Plains is great. Opt is great. Okay, so we do this. We start with this. I don't know if they're dead, but we're going to find out. It's not currently my job to figure out if they're dead or not. How many red lands are in my deck? Oh, I already played a land for the turn, right? Yeah, I think we just gotta crash through then. I played planes for the turn. Definitely just want to trample here. Okay. Figure it out. You let me know. We have 37 power. Is it 37? Yeah, it is 37, right? That's a lethal. Man, Monastery Mentor out of the sideboard there. A++, huh? It was very, very good there for us. Even if they blocked with everything, they were still dead, right? Wilder Nactal, thanks for the quarter of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You do get wildcard refunds for bans in Arena. That was match 1, so we are 1-0. And they don't have Shock. Mentor's pretty okay. Yep. And to be fair, the decks that do have Shock are Jeskai Ascendancy Awakening Plan. Is pretty good. Yeah. If we 3-2 or better this league, or if the games just keep being good, I'll probably throw this one up on the site. It's just like a pretty unique deck type. Opponent just cast Oak on you. If you're playing in a constructed event, people get to finish out their constructed events with their decks. They don't remove people with banned decks from the constructed events, which I think is silly and should be the case. They should just remove people who have banned cards, probably. But that is why. All right, mono black aggro. Let's see if we can race here. Not super familiar with this deck, but Monastery Mentor seems like it'd be an auto-include because of synergy of JC. Can you explain why it's not in the main board? Yeah, so if you look at this deck, you will see that the main board does not have any creatures in it that people can kill. So by not playing Monastery Mentor in the main deck, you gain what we refer to as virtual card advantage in game 1 by making cards like Wild Slash and Fatal Push and other creature removal that people tend to play dead against you. So by starting with that card in the board, we make sure that our opponent has less good cards against us game 1. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Flying V. Welcome back. Punished for playing the planning and not waiting to anticipate. Feels bad, man. I do get to dig through time next turn, though, so like we got that going for us. Watsy still hasn't updated the banner restricted list after the announcement. Whoa! Could someone uncomment out Rick Jackson? I was going for Dad Confidant there. I had a misfire. Apologies, Rook. Thanks, dude. We'll play Unbridled Growth here. We'll dig through time and into their turn. You just play Nagging Thoughts, the modern version of this deck. As a Pioneer, not need to run that. Yeah, because you're not playing the medium creatures, basically. Nagging Thoughts is good when you're like trying to chain through your deck with like Noble Hierarch and Birds of Paradise, and this deck's not doing that. Alright, so Izzet Charm can kill Blood-Soaked Champion, so that's nice. I'm gonna grab an Opt here as well, I think. We're through 2 of our few Ascendancies already, which kind of sucks. I'm going to go ahead and cast Opt to start and see if we can find... We're looking for a Fiery Impulse to kill this Knight of the Ebon Legion. I think we're just dead now. I guess I can tap this for red and sack this to try and hit an Impulse. Yep. Yep. 3 more looks. All right, Roast seems good. Deafening Clarion seems good. Oko's a maybe. These all seem fine. Maybe on the play I don't want Oko. Just want a few sweepers, I think. They're probably not going to have many blockers. I think I'm just going to trim Crash through here. That seems fine. My LGS fires Pioneer now for F&M with 16 plus attendance. Nobody signs up for Standard or Modern anymore. Yeah, I bet we're gonna see local Modern scenes die out in a lot of places. Not everywhere, but in a lot of places, because Pioneer's more enjoyable on average. Hey, for people that are asking for my reaction to the band, this tweet summarizes. For those that are wondering. There you go. There's a tweet summary of the ban list update from today in minion form. YOLO. A minion gif is a sign of boomerism. Listen, chat. That sounds like some Gen X or Gen Z. Are those the children? Are the children Gen Z? Is that what we're calling them? That sounds like some Gen Z nonsense. Minions was a cartoon like when I was like a child or whatever, so like y'all need to chill out. All right, we didn't get double Thoughtseize. That's a start. Okay, just need to draw a copy of Sylvan Awakening and get to kill him. The OK Boomer meme is horrible. It's so lazy. Not really. When you actually think about what the OK Boomer meme means, and like actually digest what the takeaway is supposed to be, like the original intention is very reasonable. Like, we have an entire culture of people who are voting against their own best interest, suckling on the teat of whatever Fox News tells them they're supposed to believe. And this very toxic science rejecting us versus them mentality. All right, so I'm going to start by just sacking this to draw a card. So if we hit the Sylvan Awakening, we can kill them. This is what a turn 4 kill looks like. So, cast a 1-mana spell and tap all of our lands. Don't need another Sylvan Awakening. Yeah, the Urborg lets my Mystic Confluence not pay life here, which is great. Now we dig through time, get to untap all of our lands. All right, they're not quite deterministically dead on board, but they're dead, super dead to the cards in our hand, so. So this is a lethal strategic planning. The old lethal strategic planning. Huh. Do I board in Wear Chair? Wear kills Copter, and like even just killing, I think I actually want Wear Chair, huh? Even just killing Scrap Heap Scrounger for a turn, I think buys us enough time. I think I'm in for that. I probably should have had that in on the draw. What do I want to trim here? It's probably just trim some card draw, right? Just have less time to fumble around here. Let's try this. This deck would love Veil of Summer. Before they banned Veil of Summer, I had 4 main deck Veil of Summers in this deck. You can stop main decking Noxious Grasp now. You can. You can, in fact. Sure. I don't have a reaction video. There's no reaction video. They did the thing. Great. They fixed their fuck up. I don't know what you want. Thanks. Glad they did their job finally. We're looking good here. Morning, Sarah. You can Fiery Impulse your own lands, BMIC, because your lands are indestructible. So if you need a 1-mana starter, you can Fiery Impulse your land. Personally, I'm excited. See, for those of you wondering how to play this deck at home, you'll note that we very cleverly left the Jeskai Ascendancy on top of our deck so they couldn't Thoughtseize it. I think we might actually still just be dead here because their start's pretty aggressive, but, you know, things to note. I'm excited for the people who are upset by this ban list update because of what it does to the value of Magic collections. I think that's potentially very exciting. Alright, so I think I'm going to start by sacrificing Unbridled Growth here and see where we go from there. I need to kill 2 things here, which is unfortunate. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. I have to loot into an Opt or a Fiery Impulse or Wild Slash or Wear Tear. Okay. We're not completely home free. We have to find a 1 mana spell plus a Sylvan Awakening in 2 draws now. Yeah, I'm aware how Confluence works with our board. We already did that once. Oh, you know what? I think I'm supposed to kill... it doesn't matter with the copter draw. I think I was supposed to kill the Blood-Soaked Champion there, so that way they have to bring it back. No, they already had a Scrap Heap in the bin. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I don't think I have any outs here. With the copter run. We had outs if they didn't draw a copter this turn. Could we get lucky and kill them? Nope. That's not how this deck works. You have to have four mana Sylvan Awakening and then a 1 mana card to kill people. Yeah, it's very probable that these Deafening Clarion should be Angers, although getting red consistently can be a little bit hard with this mana base, so maybe not. Anger's definitely much better than Clarion against that opponent's deck. Hey, Vang, thanks for the very generous tier 2 resub for the 11 months at that. I'm looking forward to some Okolith Standard today, too. Thanks for keeping me around. We're gonna dive on into some Black-Red Aristocrats after this league is done. Yep, sounds great. Cause it's a sneeper keeper, do 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 do, sneep papa keep papa, do 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 do, do 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 do. I think I'm actually just gonna hang out here because Unbridled Growth is my 1 mana spell to untap my lands after we Sylvan Awakening. I think Obsidian's actually pretty okay. We played an Abzan hero list that had 2 Ghost Dad at the top end. That felt very reasonable. We're actually just looking for an untapped land here. Rude. This land does not allow me to cast Ascendancy next turn. Gonna take the dig here. Yes, Pioneer always happens in the afternoon. So there'll be a Pioneer update this evening. Ooh, looks like our opponent's playing Blue-Red Eldrazi. Fun. Deck sweet. So game 1, they likely can't take Ascendancy off the table. Post board, they should have Aether Gust. If we draw an untapped land next turn, we can go Awakening into Growth and then maybe kill them. Ring-a-ding-ding. Do I play around a second Izzet Charm? I don't think I do. I think my hand's stacked enough that, like, if they have it, it's, like, not a big deal. We can find our way back to another Awakening. See if we live to regret this decision. Okie doke. So again, first spell we cast here untaps all our friends. You can just add Hider, instead of having a second command, can you just add that clip to the band's command, whatever that is? Is that the actual reaction, or was it something that happened later? No, get rid of that. That's not even authentic. Get out of here. Don't lie to people. If you want to go back and, like, clip when we actually looked at it, go for it, but like what you linked there is just good, clean fake news. Let's not use the term you just used there in the way you just used it ever again in my channel, Chris. Please and thank you. Don't mind me, just can't tripping. They can't EDF us here, so like, just making us go through the motions, I guess. That's fine. I'm happy to draw some cards. Whenever this is happening in Moto, I always just want to be like, well, is there something I'm not thinking of? Like, are they going to do something that, like, gets me that I'm, like, not realizing? I'm going to stop tapping. Well, I guess I get Unbridled Growth to not risk dying. I'm going to stop tapping the Mana Confluences, though, so I don't take more damage. Blue-Eyed Puppet, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Is Mythgard still in the menu day, or is Standard taking its place? Unsure. If our Standard numbers are great, I'm probably just going to do Magic Standard. It's been a hot second. What you are witnessing is what we know as garbage time. Yeah, basically. I'm gonna loot to an Izzet Charm, I think. Just in case. Did I delve both those away? No, there's still 2 Izzet Charms in my deck. All right, I'm gonna find a couple. I'm gonna find an Izzet Charm here, so that way I can counterspell something if they have something that I'm not thinking of. But I assume we're done here. Yeah, they could have something cheeky like Aetherize. There's just no reason to not like be guaranteed to be able to beat it. I'll just attack with 3 lands, so that way, if we need to, we can opt. All right, attack now. I do enjoy drawing cards. That is also true. Like if they had something there, we could like opt in response and then untap and then do the thing. So that seems fine. Time Raveler seems great here. Oko seems great here. They're gonna have Izzet Charm in their deck still, so I think leaving Monastery Mentor out makes sense in this matchup. Wild Flash and Fiery Impulse don't seem very good. Fry doesn't seem very good. My opponent's deck's pretty unlikely to have too many blockers. I think I'm going to trim a Crash through. Probably don't need to see that card to win most games. This looks fine. Mystic Dispute fights over Izzet Charms and Aether Gusts and stuff like that. Notably, Elder Deep Fiend is devoid or colorless. I don't get it. Why is Oko great here? I don't know about great, but it's fine. It's an extra threat. It like makes their bigger threats worse, so they close the game more slowly. It just wins the game on its own sometimes. It's another 3 mana card they probably need to counter or they lose the game. Yeah, it's definitely hey, look at distraction territory. Sure. Put it mulligan to 6. This hand's not stellar. It's a little bit awkward that like any other Attune with the Aethers we draw from here don't have a land defined since I'm only on 3 basics, but I think this hand's in the range of capable. Yeah, creates threats for Ascendancy to kill with is exactly correct. Opponent went to 5. Play out the mountain that they know about. Second dig through time's a little awkward, but depending on how much pressure they have, we might have time to get both those off this game. So now the question I want to ask myself is, am I playing around Soft Stub? I probably even have enough time to play around Izzet Charm here. They're not doing anything. I'm just going to pass, and since I have infinite lands, I think I'm just going to, like, hang tight and, like, play my Teferi on 5. Sweet. That does not have text. We'll be looting it away. Say hello to my little friend. I mean, that's why we have a command Zephoid, so feel free to type the command in chat when people come in and ask. I'm just gonna Izzet Charm loot here in response. Pioneer bans don't happen until this afternoon. They've happened about 5 p.m. Eastern. About 3 p.m. PST. I'm plussing here because I don't want Teferi to just die to Mutavault. Next turn we'll go Jeskai Ascendancy, Mana Confluence, Oko, loot away the Attune with the Aether. You Royal Scion. So they stubborn denialed me there to tap me off of Izzet Charm. So that way. Makes sense. So we're gonna loot this Attune with the Aether. Oh, is that a good draw, chat? That one good? What do we think? Oh, Magic, you and your non-games. Feels like a 2-1. Average draw, yep. We need a caged Oko. Maybe. Yeah, Oko's gonna be playable in Pioneer and Historic. For sure. We technically, oh, you know what? Maybe I should have kept the Attune and discarded the Botanical Sanctum, right? If I would have kept the Attune, I don't actually have something to untap my lands with at the moment. Okay. Give their Planeswalker a little love tap here. The old 7 loyalty Planeswalker gang. Yup. 3 mana Teferi is actually very good against the blue-red Eldrazi deck. Especially in these games where you care about countering spells. Yep. Okay. So they're dead. I'm planning to play whatever people want to pay to see played. This stream is very simple. The people with the dollary dues dictate what we do and when we do it. So there's a bunch of Pioneer decks in the queue still. So we're still going to be doing plenty of Pioneer on this channel. We're going to do a bunch of Standard this week at least, and then how much we do after this week will be dictated. Wow, feels bad, man. So unlucky. So unlucky. Had to discard a dig through time. Just the unluckiest, chat. Am I taking some of the Q decks to a PTQ? No, I'm not playing the PTQs. Playing in PTQs is like me throwing away money. The expected value of a PTQ is incredibly low, and it takes my entire day. And there's an incredible amount of downtime, and there's a delay. So like, while there's a chance if I do well in the PTQ, I'll have a large viewer boost at the end. On average, it's less profitable than just like doing my normal job. Especially when there's, 50 decks in the deck queue at any given point. I think they cost $30 to enter, but also just like takes all day, which is like not worth it. So like to play in a PTQ, I have to do a long stream and I have to only play the one deck all day. And like, as soon as you're dead for top 8, the viewer numbers fall off. And like, Standard's playable again. And like, bad Standard is more popular than Magic Online. Like, good Standard is like, when Standard is playable, my arena numbers tend to be 50 to 100% more than my Magic Online numbers. Yeah, Marty, we're gonna play some Standard after this league. Yeah, you have to play on a delay as well, which also hurts the content. Grab a mountain here. I don't think we're going to do Mythgard today. We're still going to do some Mythgard later this week, but we're not going to do Mythgard today. Today I would like to play some with Aristocrats, get some amount of repetitions in before tomorrow. I would love a dig through time and put these other 2 cards in my bin. That sounds great. Yeah, bans are active on Arena now. So we've got, this is match 4 in this league. We're going to do this one and the next one, and then we're going to dive into some Standard. Original number, do you chalk up to Moto's UI, anecdotal? Yeah, I mean, well, so it's not, so there's a couple of things that make Moto less consumable. The first is, I think people overstate the UI differences between Moto and Arena. The big thing Arena has going for it is the extension overlay that integrates with it, which I actually need to load up here. Well, that card's great against us. That one's pretty good here. I'm just gonna go to the next match. We've been playing this for over an hour already. I don't feel like playing against main deck Narset. You're not just losing to that, but you're gonna lose more than you win, and I would like to play some Standard today. Another part is not only is there the extension to make the cards integrate better for people, but people are just more familiar with Standard cards because the card pool is more shallow. Fire and Fury, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Sure. Hand could be anything, chat. And at the end of the day, I don't really, it doesn't really matter to me. So like, all things considered, if I'm enjoying Pioneer and Standard the same amount, and people both. I probably should have kept that land, huh? And people both want to, and people want to support both the same amount. I would rather play the one with the higher viewer count on average, right? Get syncopated here. Yeah, I should have kept the land. It was a misclick. Thanks for the 30 months, Repner. I think we're just passing here. It's really pretty unfortunate that we're playing against blue-white again here. Just because, like, I have a bunch of cards in my hand that just don't do anything at the moment. Like, these Fiery Impulses and Wild Flashes just don't have text here. Just gonna go ahead and Wild Slash here, just because I want to get a card in my bin for dig through time. We're probably dead from this spot. Well, let's YOLO this. Okay. They wanna tuck this in. Try and draw land here. Perfect. They want to tuck this in, they lose their Teferi, so that's nice. I'm going to go ahead and dig in response here while they're tapped out. Get our loot on. Why is it funny that the ban list happened faster this time? That's a good thing. That's something we should be praising. They had an issue last time where they took too long, and they adjusted their process so that issue no longer exists. We should be praising them for that, not laughing about it. Have another Teferi? Yep. If we draw an untapped land here, I think I'm just going to try an Awakening and kill their Teferi. My body is ready to be absorbed. Blue-white matchup seems real bad for this deck without Veil of Summer. I think it was probably bad even with Veil of Summer, and without it, just like, seems unwinnable. Sure. This is the last match of this league. I'm gonna dig it into turn here, just because they're tapped off of 3 mana counter spells. We could get like syncopated or censored, but they just like put 2 cards on top, so I think this is pretty This is like our window to try and resolve this. I have no idea. Modern blows. The deck's not good even with main deck Veil. Like, it's just not, it's not fast enough or consistent enough anymore. Modern's just too fast and brutal. I'm just gonna concede here. Am I? Maybe they have nothing. Now they're gonna get to untap their lands here too. Yeah, they duck through time. Pro tip, after they dig through time, they don't have nothing. Move on with your life. Alright, so we get to bring in a bunch of extra threats post-board here. I think once upon a time we'll survive the damn Pioneer. I hope it doesn't. Their dig could have been 7 lands, sure. There are other 5 cards they already had in their hand though too. Don't waste your time. That's why, and like honestly, games like that are why Field of the Dead is much better than Esper Control. Like if Esper Control becomes one of the best decks in Standard's still not going to be that great. Because like control decks not having actual win conditions is really miserable. Because you have to concede games like that where you're like, well, I'm technically not dead, but like I feel like I'm wasting my time if I'm sitting there. Thanks for the 15 months, Beaks. Yeah, the black aggro deck is the best performing deck in Pioneer after the last couple weeks. If once gets banned, what lands and spells you put blue or I have no idea. We'll figure that out. Figure that out when we get there. Probably more Mutavaults. Mutavault's great. Probably like a Mutavault in the green land. Can play some more basics. Hey, thanks for the 2/3 of a year, 7 crosses. I'm just gonna pass here. I have my 3rd land guaranteed, so I'm gonna hold on to the strategic plannings for like post Monastery Mentor, I think. I'd assume they're playing Supreme Verdict, but I'd also guesstimate there's a chance they board that out here. Regardless of what I play, 3-mana Teferi can bounce it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play this, because this notably does not get Mystic disputed. If they don't have a way to take Mentor off the table, they die very quickly. Hey, you know what? You know what doesn't actually draw a card? Strategic Planning doesn't actually draw a card. They got another Narset deal. Hey, Vantrix, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oglandia. I appreciate the support. Bebo, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. I think I just hang tight, right? Nah, I want the extra Mentor, the extra Monk token here. Hey, chat, being on the play is busted. In case you were unaware. Hey, Eugene, thanks for the 10 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, we'll hold on to the dig. Kuritan Shi, thanks for checking in for the 15th month. Yep, Pioneer updates are later today. That's exactly correct. This card's been the MVP out of the sideboard. Alright, so you're dead. I guess Let's start by making green and then sacking this to draw a card and see where we go. I need a 1-mana spell or an untapped land. So do I play Awakening and risk bricking off here? I don't think so. I think with the Teferi draw, I just do that. Haven't seen enough. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. Do I expect them? I'm gonna bring in a Wear Chair and cut a Dig. Dig's bad against their Rest in Peace, and like, I bet they have D-Sphere or Cast Out or some combination of other enchantments I care about, and like, boarding in a card that ends up being dead is like, pretty low opportunity cost because I can loot it away to Ascendancy potentially. Sure. Alright. As far as non-red land draws go, 3 mana Teferi there is pretty good. Sick. You got it. Izzet Charm is a good one to know they still have in their deck if we draw Mentor. I assume this is not resolving, but just want to head to the Space Jam here. Sure. They took D-Sphere, sweet. Man, that's unfortunate. Have a good one, kid. So I get to go Attune for a mountain. Wear this. It's a good draw. Gonna go ahead and get my card draw in here again. They took Cast Out, yep. That's exciting. So, Mentor, go. Man, I probably want a third Teferi in my sideboard, huh? I think is the case. Seeing how these games played out. Strategic planning fills the bin for dig through time. Boy Toy Troy, thanks for the 16 months. Yeah, our sideboard plan is super good. I think I'm relatively happy with the main deck too, but like the overall sideboard plan has felt reasonable. So all my creatures are gonna get -1 attack when they attack here from their Jace trigger. And like now they have to deal with Mentor and they have to deal with Ascendancy. think I'd actually rather been the Anticipate here and keep the land. Mystic Dispute is great. So kill your Jace, smack you. Is there Meritorious Mentor in my sideboard for the control matchups? I guess. Like, are there that many control matchups in the format, though? Would be my question. Yeah, we've killed a bunch of people with Sylvan Awakening. I think we're actually about 50-50 on mentors and on mentor kills and awakening kills. Hey, Scamdon, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, this board plan seems super reasonable. Yeah, we hit the 3-2 with one of the concessions just being me not feeling like playing against Narset, which we probably could have beaten. Like we just beat a Narset deck there. Oko's probably unnecessary in here. I think I'd probably, at the very least, flip the second Oko to a third Teferi. I think Teferi's more important for the overall what the sideboard is doing. Now, I think playing Mentor in the main deck is bad because it turns on your opponent's removal. So I think that's not something I'm super interested in doing. Crash Through felt reasonable for giving our stuff trample at different points. We definitely won one of the matches because Crash Through, like, give our things trample to kill through blockers. So I think I was pretty content with this main deck. Like, this, I feel like the kind of flex slots are like these pieces of interaction are kind of flex. One or two of these Crash Through are kind of flex. I think 3 of this is pretty reasonable though, just because it draws a card though. But like, these are like the 8 cards I think you could play with in the main deck for like different pieces of interaction or more card selection depending on what you're looking for. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year, Drake Money. Welcome back. And then in the sideboard, I would get, I would just get a third Teferi in here. Offhand, I think that's the only change I'd probably make. It's just this. So I think this is the 75 I'm going to post under the video, and I'll throw this up on my website for later today when I add this to the Pioneer section on the website. Turn off creature removal and then baiting him into taking it out. Yeah, and like, even if they know Mentor's coming post-board, like, forcing interactive decks to have both creature removal and ways to interact with the rest of our plan is decent. So, I think if you're looking to play this archetype, this seems very reasonable. Having random turn 4 kills is great. Casting Dig Through Time is delicious. And then I was pretty happy with our Teferi Mentor sideboard plan. All right, what are we doing? We are going to take a quick ad roll while I get set up with our next deck. But we are going to... Standard's back in business yet. We're going to play some Black Red Aristocrats in Standard. We've got to figure out what I want to play for Twitch Rivals tomorrow. So we'll be back in a few